And welcome back, Redblurr gamers. Here we are. We are looking at our terrain. Obviously, there's some Dark Angels and some Imperial Guard on the cutting mat / painting table at the moment. They will be in their own episodes, as I was discussing in the channel update video I posted the other day. So we won't stress too much about that. Currently, right now, we are just figuring out and getting to working on some of this terrain. I've done a bit of work, as you can see, on the actual terrain, giving some colours, bit of dry brushing, changing some stuff around, making the windows look all... Sorry, I'm laughing at Mrs. Redblurr sending me silly email messages. Making the windows, give them a bit of a different colour, something different, change it up. So every time I paint a piece of terrain, I'm definitely trying to switch up the colour palette that I'm using so that there is something a little bit different about the approach, the look of the terrain. I'm definitely trying to really maximise the effort that I'm putting in terms of not trying to be repetitive, doing the same thing over and over and over, or making things look the same, because it just kind of ruins the whole vibe, makes things look pretty ridiculous. Well, it's kind of cool to have a city looking the same. I definitely like to, push, per se, boundaries and make things, well, not boundaries, just push things in ways that I want to mess around with, want to do something different with. So we're just going to get some paint on our wet palette, which is off to the side, and I actually have one of the Redgrass Games wet palettes, which I thoroughly enjoy using. I think it's a good wet palette. It comes with a set of its own paper sheets to go in it when you purchase it. It just all round, I'm quite happy with the actual wet palette and what I can use it for. What kind of fun I have with it. I've been getting used to using a wet palette predominantly quite a lot, as it was something that I'd never really done before. So it's been a lot of fun to really push my abilities in terms of, let's go with something different. Let's go with death metal. We'll use... Now, normally I don't use... I would tell you not to put metallic on a wet palette. Whoops. It just runs it too much and it is kind of no use to anyone. But a lot of the other colours I'm using, I'm throwing on the wet palette just to give me a bunch of colours to mess about with, try something different. Forgot how squishy the Vallejo bottles were. It's actually kind of good. Just to mix it up and see what we can come up with. Given that the whole point and precipice of painting the terrain for me is a bit of just a bit of shenanigans. Oh, that's a glaze. It's not what I was. That's right. Oh well, it's on there now. Oops. A little bit of something different, just a bit of fun. But yeah, let's get in and do some crazy stuff. And sorry that sounds like I'm possibly out of breath. I'm just slightly opening up new bottles of paint that I got that have never been used. So hopefully I don't have an issue getting this on the wet palette. Nope. No issue whatsoever. It's just got a bit of a doopy, dinky hole in the top of it. All right, so we've got a few random colours. I'll get the little brushes out, maybe. First off, I think what I will do is play with this. It's a... When I pull it back out again, it's called death metal. It's a Army Painter War Paints Fanatic Dark Metallic. It's been what I've been using on the weapons or the metallic pieces of all of my Kazakins, so my Imperial Guard. It's a kind of like a darkish goldy colour. I definitely think that it's a little bit of fun with its colours. I like the way it comes up. It looks very dark. It's shiny, but it also, to me, it kind of fits in this. You know, we're looking at Warhammer 40,000, so it's this big grim dark setting. Everything's dark. So why shouldn't we have dark metallic metal painted on things to have some fun with? So we just work our way around a few places where I feel like I want to add these dark metallics and really just trying to pick out areas that will stand out, make it look a little bit different. I don't always pick out every single piece of something on the terrain. I kind of run around in circles and mix it up, touching different sections up, swapping between colors regularly just to change the vibe and really make it look different. That's the whole point of the way I feel like the terrain should be. Give it that punchy sort of vibe in terms of, every time you pick it up you notice something different. That's why I did the blue on the windows, and that's just a dry brush. As I said, this has been completely dry brushed, and this is obviously, that's the outcome of the dry brushing. So switching it up between the metallic gold, which is there, get off my, and we'll jump into our other colours. Let's go with our turquoise. I've got some turquoise here off to the side, which I feel like I'm going to have to, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm now doing it. I'm actually going to paint all of these, sorry, I pulled myself away from where I was painting there, all of these window lashings with the turquoise paint that I have put on my wet palette. And this is just because I went with the blue dry brush, and right now I'm like, well, let's fully jump into this color. Let's really make the blue stand out, because we are going to go over everything with this random, not very random, it's a Vallejo turquoise. I got it for painting my towel, just to add in new colors. As you can see here, I had attempted to actually go over this with a silver dry brush, and then realized that it messed up my blue dry brush that I put down, and that didn't really allow the blue to jump out again, and really dulled it down. But the color I had chosen, the blue, I really wish I had it in a non-dry brush paint, because I would actually just paint the whole lot in that blue. But instead we're going with this turquoise, which we are again just running all the way along all this section. We flip over, as you can see, the window, obviously both sides, so we'll just get in and we'll do the same on this side. And maybe after this is done, I might be able to run a silver dry brush over this color, and hope that it doesn't really, I'll brush off more of the more of the silver off the actual brush in an attempt to try and give it a metallic look. The theory is obviously it's a bit of broken wall. It could be, Masonic wall. It could have been part of a church. So here is a colour that is different to stand out. Really give the terrain piece a different look. And as I said, I'm just trying to push the colour choices I'm making and look at how I can make everything look nicer, smoother, more exciting, because we all like to play and we all like to have painted terrain. So I'm really just giving the guys that I play with in the rest of the Redblurr gaming crew some quite good entertainment value in terms of they get to see this terrain when we play. They get to see, and there is some that I had painted previously that we used in the demo, kind of like half 11th, half 10th game, while we were waiting for the official rules and we wanted to play a game. And then, I had Blackmane around. We played the game together. He was quite happy with the fact that we had some terrain that was painted now rather than, using terrain that's, all grey or unpainted or even base coated, undercoated. And I felt good too, because you're kind of showing off on the table, your painting skills, your willingness to be a little bit sporadic or different, or, just trying stuff to make it look cool and interesting and give story to, the type of area you're fighting in. So I'm definitely up for, like making story through the terrain that we play on, so that there's a little bit more too. I definitely know that the Blackmane particularly likes the lore and the way we play games. So I've got the deck to be able to play the campaign, the story mode. So we might try and push to play that rather than just be playing base 40k, to make it a little bit more interesting, give us something to play towards, against. There is 4 of us in the group that regularly play together, so it will definitely help. And I've always wanted to play. I've played in one and just didn't enjoy the way it was ran. So I think playing in one where we're in control of the rules might be a little bit easier to deal with. But we continue on. We'll keep going with these windows. Work our way through doing these, and yeah, as I said, each week there will be a few 1 to 3 videos go up, possibly. At the moment, I've had one go out this week, 2 videos technically. I'm trying to catch up today and record. Obviously, this is the day that this is recorded. It may not be in the same week that it goes out, so me saying I'm trying to catch up just means that currently I'd run out of backlog per se, is what I would call it, of videos to post. They'd gotten away from me. I wasn't quite painting as much as I had hoped, and therefore was a little bit slow on the uptake of getting videos completed. But as you can see, this is just something different. I'm using the wet palette, thinning out my paint. I highly suggest, like, people that are new and starting the hobby, I would, say, first off, painting style, slap chop is very easy, very simple to do. It's very forgiving. It's easy to put some extra water on your brush and fix a mistake, because contrast paints are very water soluble. I know that I've made many of a mistake with contrast paints and been able to just rectify an issue by getting some extra paint, some water on a brush, and really being able to wick away a mistake I may have made. But yeah, so we've done our windows, you know, giving them a little bit of standout colour. We've done our little bit of dark metallic. Clean this brush off again, and we have a green, so we might look for, we'll leave the pipes there, but we'll go out here and we will get a green on these pipes in particular, without trying to dodge the rest of the model without trying to get too much. And as I was saying, like, it's just putting a little bit of colour on, you know, these particular terrain pieces. You know, just again, for me, really feels like it brings the board to life, especially if, you know, you are playing in a campaign or even just general 40k casual play. Like, that ability to have something on the board, a piece of terrain that looks cool in your casual games at home, just makes things more fun for just from my point of view. Makes things more entertaining, gives that ability to really express your table, how you play your games, and just, for me, makes it a little bit more fun and interactive. So, you know, I'm not running around and painting a huge amount of stuff on this bit of terrain at the moment. Like, there is places where I can jump in quickly and, you know, add a little bit of chrome here and there, or, you know, I've got the paint pens from Army Painter, so if I wanted to, I could go through and paint all these sections silver. Could go around the edges of the windows and paint them silver. You know, I've got a few different colours down because I want to separate some of this stuff, make it a little bit different, make it stand out. The random colours just kind of break up everything. But we've got reds, you know, we've got a yellow, a purple glaze, which I don't know where I might put, but, you know, and a blue. But yeah, just look around the piece of terrain and I'll pick something out, and I might actually go, let's go with the yellow. It's a very light yellow, so let's get some yellow in on these canisters. And again, as I said, it's a very light yellow. Just allowing me to do something different per se, because it is so light. Like, I want is very, what I would say, washed out, given that it's been kind of put over the top of grey and whatnot, so I might have to do a couple of coats. But we get some yellow on these canisters. We'll go all the way around a little bit further, just to as I said, change the colour palette per se of what we're painting. We get in and then go all the way out to this side. And there we go, like, simple little bits and pieces, just changing the colour of a few things. You you know, I will have to go over the yellow here and brighten it up, but the green, you know, the blue on the windows, the gold on or the dark metallic on those parts, just everything slightly but surely pops and changes the way it is, and just gives extra character to the pieces. So for the time being, I'm going to call that it. There will be, obviously, the way this works is Let's Paint Terrain is in parts, but I will switch. I think I'm going to switch over to the word episode for a lot of stuff, and that will be the way it is. So that's all from me. If you like what I do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.